Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, the morning after the game before. Well, there's fucking two big games last night, weren't there? There was a West Ham game, and then there was an England game, which was absolutely rip roaring. If you watched that, but good morning. I won't be touching on. Well, I'll touch a little bit on the England game, but I'm talking about the West Ham game, uh, which I was at. Roots Hall, friendly, 1-1 draw. Not much to talk about in terms of the game. It was one of them games. We got there. I'll talk about a couple of the players that I was quite impressed with. But you get there, it's a typical pre-season game, especially when it's local like Southend. Everyone's in good spirits. But I really wanted to talk about the vibe around the football club at the moment, and I was really looking forward to going to the game after everything that's happened over the summer, since the end of last season and all the shit that's gone on, both on the field and off the field, all the changes that have been made, to see really what sort of vibe I was getting from the crowd. And I tell you what, it was absolutely, positively, probably one of the best away games I've ever been to in terms of a friendly I've ever been to. People are in good spirits. I think that Bowen news just before we went over there, absolutely. And there's a video on my Twitter right now. Yeah, I'll talk to that. I'll talk to you about that in a minute, Tom. There was a video on my Twitter right now when Bowen came over to take a corner that just showed you how much people have appreciated what he's done. And for me, listen, I've criticised Jared over the last year or so, maybe unjustly. But a lot of it was from frustration, and a guy can't keep on carrying you on his back. But when you need him in your darkest hour, um, when you need him in your darkest hour, the guy that you want fighting for your football club is the one that turns around and goes, "No, I'm not going anywhere." He had chance after chance after chance to go to another club. We see a Talksport video long time ago with Goldstein, and he guaranteed he was going to Villa. Absolutely guaranteed it. Didn't think it was. Didn't think it was any chance in the world that Jared Bowen stays. I see Cascarino talking about it on Talksport yesterday, saying that he might have missed his chance to go to a big club, but he respects what he does, and absolutely, and it showed yesterday. Like every time he got the ball, but it was one of them ones where it felt different over there. Yeah, and you have to be there to see it. Like I'll go to West Ham week in, week out, and I go everywhere, and I can tell you when it feels different in the crowd. And that's, listen, you have to be there to feel it. And yesterday was a different feeling. Everyone was in good spirits. Everyone was singing their songs about David Sullivan, which hasn't, but it feels different at the moment. It feels like we're happy, which is weird, seeing as we've gone down. We're in we're losing players, losing our best players to Tottenham. And it's a period of uncertainty, but it's just that weight. You can feel it. You could feel that yesterday, that weight of that regime that listen, I know that there's many people would sit there and talk about the trophy that we won and all of that sort of, but we won that trophy in spite of them. That regime has finally gone. That campaign that we've been going on for years and years and years, that GSB out. And yeah, it was different there. I'll talk about a little bit about England, and I'll talk about a little bit about a few of the players I was impressed with yesterday. Who I think, listen, I'm going to admit some of the youngsters, I don't know their names, but I thought the young blonde right back, was a decent player in the second half. I thought there was a couple of youngsters. I'll discuss that with Dave, because Dave will be able to tell me who they are. There's a couple of youngsters yesterday who I was really impressed with. But who I was really impressed with yesterday? La Madrid, who played central, who looked like he bulked up a little bit, who was positive, who was getting the ball. And I think it's one of them ones where Championship could be a good level for him to learn. But he didn't look like he was. I mean, that's a tough old league, that non-league. And the players ain't no mugs. You know what I mean? They're big, strong lads. And because a lot of the football they do play is like that. But I was really impressed with Real Madrid. I wasn't quite impressed with Tati, although I don't think Tati done an awful lot. It was just that he was running down, he was chasing down. You know, and he's going to have a fantastic season in the Championship if he stays. Pablo's Pablo. He probably should have scored. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Probably should have scored. Went for it with his foot rather than his head. But, you know, Pablo's Pablo. Kilman struggled again. Even Walker Peters, thank you very much. Yeah, I think I've got a bit of hay fever coming. I think Kyle Walker Peters struggled. But I saw enough in the youngsters. I thought Kante done very well. He's going to be a monster in this league. I'm telling you that now. But it was just, there's a couple more signings we need to get in. You know, Somerville's going to go. We didn't see the likes of Diouf. Tadibo looks like he's off. We didn't see Fulkrug. We didn't see Maxwell Cornet. We didn't see Areola, even though he was there, because I saw him. But, you know, there's quite a few changes to come. But I think one of the main things that we've done since we've kept Bowen is there's a lot of people not making any noise about getting out of this football club. And, you know, I know people say it's important to hold on to these players, but some of them haven't got the fight for it. I don't think they've got the bollocks for it. I don't think Kilman's got the bollocks for it, to be quite honest with you. Like, they're not going to want to fight for you tooth and nail. Tati will, Bowen will, you know, Souček will when he comes back. But there's a lot of people who are not, you know, who I don't feel sorry for him. Don't worry about it. He made his decision, mate. But yeah, there's a lot of people that you want to fight for you, and there's a lot of people in that squad that I didn't see a lot of fight last year, let alone this year. So there's a couple of changes to be made. I think there's a couple of kids there. I think the second half, some of the kids that come on in the second half, I thought really wanted to take their chance, and I think there's a little bit Mayer's overkill. And yeah, I agree with that. But there was quite a few kids yesterday that you know, that they see this as an opportunity, and they should see it as an opportunity. And Nuno should see it as an opportunity to get some of these people in as well. You know what I mean? So yeah. Just before I go then, because there's not a lot to talk about. I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. The vibe around the club's good at the moment. I've got fucking stinking hay fever coming. Oh, listen to this. Look, Bowen deserves more for his career, don't you think? Like, if you love a player, you should want the best for them, no? I think he can decide for himself. He's a big boy. He's been here a long time. Thank you very much. Did you watch England last night? Absolutely blown away in the first half. What a game of football. But yeah, it's third place for England. Listen, I'm a bit torn about it because I think that's one of the most pointless games of football ever. I don't think the people really want to be there. Once you've left the semi-final, you've been there for like nearly 6 weeks, probably 7, 8 weeks. They've got to get back to their clubs. And you know, the worst thing that you want to do is hang around to the final day to play another game yourself. But you know, they seem to enjoy it. You know, Declan's got the first. What a goal that was! Saka fucking run riot, and then all of a sudden, a couple of the big boys for France come on, and then it was game on again. It was fantastic. But yeah, tell me what you think, guys. But yeah, I'll be at Stevenage on Wednesday if anyone's going to Stevenage. I don't know what sort of team we're going to put out, but I'm assuming it's going to be a youngsters team. So give me another chance to look at some of the youngsters, and I might have a discussion with Big Dave about that. But yeah, let me know what you think. Are you happy West Ham are back? Did you like England last night? Are you happy with the news with Bowen? Subscribe if you're new. Go and check out OK Jerseys. If you can do that for me, it helps the channel out a lot. And I'm looking forward to another rip-roaring season. Rangers next week, Germany the week after, and we're building up for Portsmouth. But there we go. Thank you very much. One thing left for me to say, come on, you irons.